Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with Tech Tips to Go. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Vechain. Vechain went up to 0.0051. We got a nice pump. Was it because of the mainnet? I don't think so. The mainnet was about 2 to 3 million. So let's get into the video. All right, so this might be a little hopium, but if you connect the dots with this little famous pen that I got here, you might believe it. And I think, I'm trying to do my homework and see why did we get the pump? What's coming? I think we might see more of a pump because this might be a global adoption or something that's big that's happening in China that we don't know, but maybe the main investors know it, so they're dumping a lot of money. Who knows, right? But let's get into the video. So back in 2018, we saw this news, right? So introducing Vechain's drug and vaccine traceability solution. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but let's just go over this. So Vechain and DNVGL worked on this project for the vaccine traceability solution. And to summarize this, what it goes into, it talks about the problems that they're having in the pharmaceuticals with scams and illegal distribution. I think there was over here it says 300 illegal distributors across 24 provinces were selling fake vaccines and etc. So that was a big problem in China, and they really wanted to lock this down. And you can see basically the parties that were involved here were like Shanghai, DNVGL, and Vechain. And this news came out, like I said, this was I think in 2018, but in China, they've been trying to track a great way of figuring out how do we combat, how do we tackle this whole project of fake vaccines, etc. So they knew that, part of the thing was like Internet of Things. Vechain is very familiar with that term, IoT. If you ever listen to a lot of the AMAs, the news that comes out there from DNVGL or Vechain, they always talk about like tracking sensors, temperature sensors, cold chain, IoT. And IoT is that acronym of Internet of Things. So basically tracking products around the internet as long as it's hooked up to like 3G, 4G, the internet, right? So over here it says the DNVGL, an equity owner in Vechain, provides certification services for big pharma companies and hospitals in Shanghai. So what they're working on is Shanghai First Maternity and Infant Hospital, Children's Hospital, American Casino, Shanghai Red Relief. So the IoT, the Internet of Things, vaccine traceability. So guys, this was pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, etc. August 3rd, 2018, right? As the years go by, what happens, right? Bring it up to fast forward to 2020, January 2020. This is when the whole pandemic started, right? So based on this, we see some other news as, the early adopters and investors into Vechain, we signed a big deal. Who's that deal with? Higher. IOC IOT. So what is IOC? IOC is the Internet of Clothing, and in this article it talks about Higher and what it, I'm going to read this article for you. So the partnership is created to facilitate the deployment of MyStory, which is DNVGL, which is co-developed by DNVGL and Vechain, into the clothing industry. So the partnership also integrates DEC with Higher IOC platform, the first apparel lifecycle management platform in the world. The breadth of the tripart strategic partnerships looks to utilize public blockchain technology in all applicable use cases with the lifecycle of clothing and clothing management. The next noted use case includes smart shopping, smart inventory management, and tracking using the Vechain Thor blockchain. And like I said in my other videos, guys, if something's working, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So like I said in my other videos, Walmart is deploying something in China, right? They're using Vechain's blockchain technologies. Do you think they're going to provide this store public blockchain technology using Vechain's blockchain and then go to another store and use something completely different? No, this is going to be the same thing as Higher using the public blockchain, not for just one thing, but they started with IOC and then possibly IoT. So just stay with me here, guys, for a second. So let's read this over again. The next noted use case includes smart shopping, smart inventory management. So, inventory management, that could be clothing, it could be auto, it could be accessories, it could be your iPhone, could be anything. Smart inventory management and tracking, keyword tracking, guys, right? Tracking using the Vechain Thor blockchain, right? So it goes into more about digital carbon ecosystem, washing machines, the Internet of Clothing. But the Internet of Clothing, IoT, it's the same thing. It's just, the sky's the limit. Is let's expand it to more. So fast forward, guys, this is in 2019 April. Pandemic didn't start, right? Maybe we need to shift focus on how do we get something else going, right? Vaccine traceability solution, Shanghai, right? DNVGL is working with this. If you look at this article here, who else are you going to work with in terms of ISO certification in medical and hospital? Who carries probably the most, ISO certifications, or who are the creators of ISO? DNVGL, right? So who are you going to go with? Joe Blow company or a reputable company like DNVGL, right? ISO 9001. Now let's get into this next article. So this article came out May 23rd. So from the source edan.com. So I highlight higher, right? And what it says, during the 2 sessions this year, I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Zhu Yingji, the representative of the National People's Congress and the president of Higher Group, brought forward the proposal of using IoT technology to ensure the safety of vaccination, using IoT technology to empower biological safety and providing intelligent solutions for vaccination clinics across the country. Let children enjoy a healthy future. So in 2019, it talks about the People's Republic of China Vaccine Administration Law was officially implemented. In addition to the strictest penalties for vaccine violations, detailed regulations were also made in the development, production, distribution of vaccination vaccines. Right? So however, problems such as imperfect cold chain, poor vaccination environment, opaque information, difficulty to trace problems, and blind spots in supervision still require a relatively long time to resolve. So in this regard, Zhu Ying proposed the application of the Internet of Things technology to ensure the safety of vaccinations, solve the shortcomings of vaccine transportation, process traceability, and safe vaccination throughout the Internet of Things technology. So that you can get a good vaccine and hit a good vaccine. The whole process can be displayed and traced and provided the vaccine brand that consumers need so that the public can rest assured and safe vaccination. So, in fact, higher biology has used the Internet of Things as the thinking problem solving and create the answer of the whole process retrospective in the vaccine safety management people's livelihood exam. Through the integration and innovation of the Internet of Things technology and low temperature refrigeration technology. So they launched a vaccine network solution to create a platform for interconnection between humans, machines, and vaccines, including the entire process, including vaccine type, cold chain temperature, manufacturer, expiration date, inoculation person. Electronic traceability will continue to help the construction of the National Vaccine Traceability Platform and provide guarantee for the implementation of the vaccine. So I'm going to leave this article here. And you know what? When you connect the dots, you would think like, okay, well, Vechain, DNVGL, Higher went into this relationship, this partnership, switched a little focus from IOC, Internet of Clothing, to more real-world problems that will help the global world economy. All right, so I know a lot of you non-believers are probably saying, yeah, another story by Ron here. But anyways, guys, if you look at some of the previous news, right, and I'm going to read this last one for you guys here. So at present, Higher Biological Vaccine Network has covered more than 1,000 vaccination outlets across the country and has safeguarded the safe vaccination of millions of children. Globally, Higher Biological Vaccine Network program has established cooperative relations with 48 countries of the Global Vaccine Alliance and entered the Belt and Road route. So guys, for Vechain family, VFam, you guys already know the Belt and Road Initiative, right? The Belt and Road Initiative, who created the alliance? Vechain is co-founder of the Belt and Road Initiative blockchain alliance. So we already know based on this news, and if you guys have been early adopters of Vechain and have been watching the news, we all know that Vechain is the co-founder of the Belt and Road Initiative. They're involved, so they got all these partnerships with Hire already, Shanghai Vaccine Traceability Solution, Dean VJL, who is big in healthcare, and now this Belt and Road Initiative, right? You put all those pieces together, you connect the dots. It's like, okay, well, maybe Ron, maybe you're right, maybe you're onto something, right? But those people who keep calling it a FUD, calling it a crap coin, etc. So, anyways, you guys can kind of read this, and maybe I'll change you guys from a non-believer to a believer. So, right. So when I read this article, I think, okay, well, why did we pump? How come we went from 0.0043 to 0.0051 and continuing when the whole market is down? When I woke up this morning, everything was red, except for Vechain, right? So when I read this article, saw everything that was happening, connected the dots again, reading in between the lines. It might be a little bit of hopium, but maybe this is why we're pumping. But guys, I think we're, like I said, we're in a good position. Invested early. We're on to this. Guys, if you haven't joined my Telegram group, join it right now. It's t.me/tech tips to go. A lot of people are putting, great value in terms of we don't only talk about cryptocurrencies, but real estate investing, money, passive income, etc. So entrepreneurship, but we do talk a lot about, other cryptos and altcoins. But guys, I think this might be the answer why we're going to 0.0051 and higher. And hopefully tomorrow we're going to continue this uptrend, but we never know. But anyways, guys, I just want to say thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't joined, join. We're almost at 1,000. Guys, again, I just want to say thank you for, can't wait till we get to 1,000. So I'll see you in the next video.